Hi there, and thank you for joining me for my first installment of Learning Second Trumpet Excerpts. My name is Anthony Prisk, and I play second trumpet in the Philadelphia Orchestra, and I also teach at the Peabody Institute and Temple University. For my first video, I've chosen a short excerpt from the Infernal dance of Stravinsky's The Firebird Suite. As you might already know, the first trumpet part to Stravinsky's Firebird is quite often asked in first trumpet auditions because of its many challenges and difficulties. But you might not know that the second trumpet part has its different challenges and is quite often asked in second trumpet auditions. So now let's go step by step through my process of preparing to perform this excerpt in the orchestra and for auditions. Before we get into the technical challenges of playing the second trumpet excerpt, I'd like to give you a little bit of history and context of the Firebird and the Firebird Suite. I think it's important to know the context of the piece you're about to play. It'll help you to make more well-informed decisions about how you're going to perform and practice the piece. Stravinsky's Firebird was premiered in 1910 with the Ballet Russe in Paris. It was a collaboration between Diaghilev and Stravinsky that was very successful. In fact, it was so successful, it forged a relationship between them for many years, bringing us pieces like The Firebird, Petrushka, and The Rite of Spring. The music from The Firebird was so well received and so popular at the time that many conductors like to use it for the concert stage without dancers. This prompted Stravinsky to orchestrate a few different suites. The suite that the excerpt is from the 1919 suite. And it's important to note that from the ballet to the suite, there's quite a different orchestration. The ballet has 3 trumpets playing the Infernal dance, and in the suite, it's only 2 trumpets. So the parts are kind of consolidated and a different transposition. The transpositions in the ballet originally B flat and A, and in the suite, it's in C. In the ballet, the Infernal dance is when the Firebird performs for these monsters, this elaborate and crazy wild dance to exhaust them and make them go to sleep. I think it's really important to know the backstory of this piece so that you can use all that energy in your preparation and performance. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the second trumpet excerpt. Let's work on the skills and techniques needed to perform this piece well. I'm going to give you some examples and some exercises that you can do in your practice to help you play this piece. In Stravinsky's music, we really need the ability to play short, loud sforzandi. These sforzandi have to be very accurate and very rhythmic, with a lot of energy and a lot of bite. In order to not do this inefficiently, I like to make sure that my air is moving first. So I like to do breath attacks as a practice tool to make sure that I'm using my air correctly. I'll do that for you now with an A harmonic minor scale. Now I'm going to play that same scale, but I'm going to go ha, ta. So breath attack, then tongue attack. Ready? Coming down, I'm going to do just a tongue attack. I just played this exercise at the final dynamic, but you can start this exercise at a lower dynamic and then work your way up to the final dynamic. And you can even go beyond your final dynamic to know the limits of your abilities and to always keep yourself a little bit under those limits when performing a piece like the Infernal Dance. Another skill we must refine in the Infernal Dance is the length of the eighth notes and the consistency and the accuracy of the articulation you use on those eighth notes. We need to keep very steady time, and we also need to play very consistent note lengths. So I like to play the eighth notes a little bit longer so they project better, but with a very precise articulation. I like to play scales and arpeggios with the same tempo and the same style of the Infernal Dance to get used to this consistency. So now I'll play a couple of exercises for you. The first exercise I'd like to play for you is Clark Technical Study number 2 in minor. I'm going to use the metronome and play it in the same style and the same tempo as the Infernal Dance. I'm going to play at a lower dynamic at first to really get a good consistent articulation and note length, and then I'll turn up the volume. Another exercise I'd like to play for you is Clark number 3 in A minor. This way, I'm actually working on some arpeggios with the same style. Here's an exercise to work on the larger intervals in this excerpt. I like to start it slowly and make sure that the centers are connected from note to note. And then in the tempo. We should also practice changing registers and trying to keep the same style and articulation from register to register. I hope you found this tutorial helpful for your preparation of the second trumpet part for the Infernal Dance. I'll now perform for you the excerpt, and then in context with the first trumpet part. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.